What is happening, folks? Welcome to Hunting with Tripler. In the wilds of the Cypress swap meet, I strike yet again and found some epic gold in the form of some comic books that I think are going to be worth a pretty decent amount of money. I also found a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Check it out.
I collect so many things. Would you like to share this journey with me? I will show you the prizes I got today. So come along with me, come on and join the chase. Yeah!
The Cypress swap meet has served me so well years past, it has been brutal. Most of the time when I'm at the flea market, I kind of keep to myself. I ask the vendor if they'd go less on something that I think is overpriced. They say no. I give them a look. We both exit sort of disappointed, and that's that. However, recently, I've been a lot more personable. I've been cracking some jokes. I've been trying to just open up to the vendors that I like to frequent, and it's been working out really well. I'm getting better deals, and most of the stuff that's coming in is actually pretty good stuff, and I'm selling it. That's the key. I'm selling this stuff. But before we get into today's episode, I want you guys to pay attention to my TikTok channel because I've decided that is where I'm gonna post the giveaway I had for the Nintendo Switch. I want to at least show you guys what that experience was like because it was a magical moment. I really appreciated giving it to the family. Check out my TikTok channel. Not a whole lot of videos up there, but there's definitely some tidbits on there. And then you'll see here in the next day or so the Switch that I gave away to a family here in Long Beach. So no more delaying, no more talking, no more chatting. Let's get into today's episode and check out the epic finds using my GoPro, which I'm still kind of learning about, but it turned out to be pretty decent footage, so enjoy.
What's up, dude? What is this? I don't know.
Like the robot butler.
From what, the 80s or 90s?
No, 90s already. Well, it came with a tray so you could like, and then it was like powerful enough to grip a can, you know, so I'm sure they have a commercial.
I'm gonna look it up for sure. It looks dope.
So out of the corner of my eye, I see a vintage iMac. I think that's what they were called even back in the day. And of course, I know that vintage Apple products sell extremely well on eBay. Old or new Apple products sell well. So make sure that the next time you're at a flea market, you're at a thrift store, and you see something Apple related, don't pass up an opportunity to look them up. The frustrating thing about buying big items is that they're hard to ship. And most of the time, people who are buying vintage Apple products are usually collectors, so you have to be extremely careful when you're shipping an item like that. But do yourself a favor. The next time you're at the thrift store and you see a vintage Apple item, don't pass it up until you at least look it up because you might be pleasantly surprised at the price tag that you could get for it and the price that you might be paying.
Those are the old ones. Ah. How much you got on this?
For the gamepad and the box.
Is there a box for it? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just. I don't even know what this is. I was gonna look it up, but.
Menu, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, how much for the gamepad?
How much? Do you know if it works? Can you do any better than 25 on this? Just if you don't know, can you do any better?
Well, like 20.
And then how much for these manuals?
Give me 10.
10 bucks? All right, so I'm at 30. I'm gonna keep walking around, all right? Ooh, these are big. Might fit me, actually. Dude, no, they're too big. How much you got on these? How much you have in your giant clown feet shoes? 25? It's actually not bad. I mean, they're in pretty good condition. They just need to be cleaned up. They're just massive size. All right, this is a maybe. I'm on the fence on that one. Those look good though. You wanna go 50? We're already at 30 here. Throw those in 50.
You got it.
All right, man. Let's do it.
Deme 20.
Pues no necesito las tres. Son para, nada más son para...
How much do you want for the boast down here? You take 20? All right. How much you got on this stuff? Do you know? Do you know how much this stuff is? 17? Yeah, I guess. What do you think? But I do some reselling, so I figured.
You check it out. It's good, really.
Is it?
You check it out. I'll check up on something.
What do you think for all of it?
So only magic card, yeah?
Yeah, like just the card stuff. Yeah.
How about 200?
Honestly, if I knew what I was looking at, that might be a great deal. But I really don't know.
Old one. So a little bit old one.
It's old?
Old.
Okay. I don't know enough about magic to do anything. I'd be more interested in this. For everything, I give you $100.
No.
Okay,
I
so
give you 150 everything.
all right, so 140 for it. Let's do it. What's up, man? Hey, how are you? Got any more consoles this week? Not this week. All right. All right. What's the damage? I gotta look to see if these are.
A very good day at the Cypress swap meet, and I gotta say, in general, the more I go there, the better the deals have been. And I suppose I probably should have figured that from episodes ago, where I've always knocked this particular flea market, but vendors are willing to negotiate with me, and I appreciate that now. They're recognizing at least this part of my face. And now that we're back from the flea market and laying everything out, the thing that is going to be the most notable were these comic books. And I'm not sure if I got any of this on video. I was having some battery issues with my GoPro. This particular deal ended up being one where I used something that, I don't remember what YouTuber had recommended it. It might have been Green Bean. But basically the idea was, this is all I have left in my wallet. And that seemed to work. I said I had $73, which was true. And I got some pretty phenomenal issues. Now, the oldest issue I have is number 97. And from there, it skips, I think, up to like issue 116. And from 116, I have it all the way to comic number 182 with the variant covers as well. So talk about great deal. Some of these comics aren't worth a whole lot of money, but of course, there's a part of me that wants to keep this and see if I can piece together a pretty epic lot of the Walking Dead comics. And in fairness, I think the series is great. The comics I haven't even had a chance to look at, but perhaps this is the time. Anyway, great pickup for $73, whether I resell this or I keep it. Very happy with the results. For the remainder of the day, one of the first stops I had, I picked up a Wii U. It was a Wii U gamepad, which, let me go grab that. Okay, here's the Wii U gamepad, and the Wii U gamepad is actually in rough shape on the top, but all of the touch capabilities actually surprisingly still work. I've charged it, and the top and the bottom both charge, so that's fantastic. And this plus this Shake 4, and I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's a music composition software. That software goes, I think, for about $150. The Wii U gamepad in its current condition, it's just not great, and that's unfortunate. However, I have replaced these screens before in the digitizer, and it's not terrible. So in total, I spent $40 plus those shoes, which we'll get into in a moment. Those shoes, ooh, baby. The other stop I made, random vendor, haven't bought from him before. He had this Bose sort of center speaker, center console. And this one goes for about $75. I paid $20 for it. The shipping's gonna be a little funny, but it's not too heavy. So yeah, I think I'll probably net 75 to 85 in sale value, and then, you know, shipping and fees. Anytime I see these sort of unique mice or mouses, I always kind of look them up. This one is worth, I think, $30. I paid $2 or $3 for this guy right here. And then the guy I love going to see, I lotted up kind of all the video game stuff plus this DVD here, and I got it for, I think it was 30 or 40. I'm sure I caught that one on film. The deal was pretty good. Even these two OEM power adapters right there will probably go for 35, maybe 30. The controllers, the DVD, it all made sense. I'm probably gonna double up right there. These shoes are a size 15, they're massive, but this particular shoe I've sold at least 2 or 3 times before. It just needs to be cleaned up. There's a few scuffs, but I think I should be able to get around 75 to 85 for that. And when you add that to the original items that I picked up, this particular deal ended up being fantastic. Really, really good. So if you want to look these up, guys, you can look up, that's the style number. It's definitely a good one to look out for, even at that particular size. Doesn't scare me. And then this, the negotiation, guys, this was, this guy he was not budging. He started at 200, went to 150, I was at 100, and we ended up settling at 140. There was only one thing that really drew me to buying this in the first place, and it were these Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and there were some pretty decent Blue Eyes White Dragon. That, having seen a few of those in the stack that I already have upstairs, having seen those, I knew it was probably worth it. I know nothing about the Magic cards. There are more Yu-Gi-Oh cards I haven't gone into. There are a few unopened cases here of some Magic items. In total, I just couldn't believe that I got this for the price I got it for, $140, assuming some of these cards in here, these Yu-Gi-Oh cards, are gonna go for a few $100s. This could be the surprise. Probably what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of time to sort all this. We'll check back in on this, but whether or not it's in this episode, I can't confirm other than to say I am probably the most excited about what I see here, and of course, the comic books here. That's today's episode, but before we conclude, let's recap a few of the items that we picked up so you have a better sense of the real value that I got there. Paying $73 for those comic books as you saw them laid out on the table, they were really good. There were some key issues in there that are worth probably $15, $20, some that are worth a little bit more than that. And there were some variant covers as well which hold a little bit more value than some of just the standard off-the-shelf comics. Having only paid $73, I think that lot of comics is probably worth closer to $300, and I haven't decided yet if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to sell it, but either way, there's no question that turned out to be a really good deal, and I'm definitely going to check out this vendor in the future because it seems like he's got a whole lot of collectibles like that, and hopefully I can get in there again and try to see if I can get other items like Pokemon, sports cards, or other comic books as well. Now the $140 negotiation, which was absolutely painful, and I cut that down because it was actually like a 15-minute conversation with this guy. It turned out that the value of all of those cards in there, maybe it's gonna be worth it if I can lot some of those bigger bulk items together, but in truth, there were only a few cards that looked or appeared like they were plus $100 or $150 items, and they were just not in great shape. Now the stack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Magic cards that I had put into these little card savers ended up being a little bit of a waste of time because as I put them in here, I did a double check on the pricing and none of these really eclipsed more than $20, in which case it really doesn't make sense to go send those off to be graded. So the stack that I have of cards to be graded from that big lot that I got from that gentleman, it only ended up being like 4 or 5 cards, and I hope to get plus $100, hoping that this stack here that I'll sell just on eBay as is, I can make maybe $100, and then the bulk items, maybe I can get another $50 to $100. So if I doubled up on that deal, great, but it was a lot of work. It was a lot of looking up items, a lot of time spent, and the truth is I probably overspent on that entire lot. And it wasn't because there wasn't good cards, it was simply because I spent way too much time for it to be worth my time. And as we conclude 2020, I know there is a lot to be really frustrated, discouraged, and simply just to sit back and go, what kind of a dumpster fire year was that? I personally have a whole lot to be thankful for, and it's you. There are just so many of you out there who have helped my channel grow, and in general, I just love having the dialogue with you every single week. So thank you again. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being a part of the channel. It has grown tremendously, and it just means so much that all the hard work and everything I've put into the YouTube side of things is starting to pay off. And on the business side of things, it was a very good year. So in terms of being thankful, I am very appreciative of the year that I had, and I hope that very soon, very soon, that we can all go back to normal. But I want you all on this New Year's Eve to stay safe, enjoy yourselves, enjoy your family, and I will of course see you next time, but next time will be next year, so I'll see you then. Take care, guys.